Autumn, my dearest friend, you are ever so welcome here. I've kept my thoughts of you nestled in a special place so as to not appear needy, but oh, how I am full of light and joy as we embrace once more. Welcome, my friends. I'm so glad you're here today. For those who are new friends, I'm Mrs. T, and I'm delighted to share my first YouTube video from my world of Thistle Plum Meadow, a place of peace, comfort, and a little magic that exists wherever I do. If you're anything like me and feeling a bit disconnected from the world, I'd like this to be a place you can find some comfort in. A place where we can dwell on all the lovely things together. Hello, my sweet friends. The happiest of Octobers to you all. Today is my very first vlog, and I'm so excited and so nervous. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here. And if you are a supportive friend, I love you dearly. For new and old friends alike, I just want to share some slice of life with you today here in Japan. And I hope you really enjoy it as we go out and just find the beauty in the everyday. Would you like a piece of cat bread this morning? You know, I realized today that I'm 31 and I don't own a bread knife to properly cut my cat bread. I thought we'd get acquainted today by just going and doing warm and lovely autumn things to welcome the season. And I hope that by the end of the day, which I have quite the day planned, I hope that you will just find some sweet inspiration for fall as well as an uplifted spirit. We're going to spruce up the house and then go walk in Japanese nature. We're going to thrift for some cute outfits, snack a little, cook a little, and then some. So grab some tea, maybe a treat or two, and let's just go do some special things together. Autumn is adorning itself with tiny bits of gold, and so will I. It's finally here. The time for cozy terracotta layering is upon us, and I couldn't be happier. It's a time to remember the treasured things and keep them close at heart. When decorating my home, I like a mix of antique charm and sweet handicrafts. I'm very fond of Japan's love of mixing European elements into their own, and I appreciate how affordable this style can be. While me and Mr. T do live in the countryside, we don't live in a fairy tale cottage. A rather modern apartment, actually, but I do what I can to make it as cozy as possible. I'm not looking to escape from reality. I just want to enhance the one I have to the best of my ability. think another friend of mine is having tea as well. If you aren't familiar with my dear brass rabbit, you will be well acquainted by the end of autumn. He's a thoughtful one, with a penchant for the lovelier things. No doubt why he moved to the meadow in the first place. A most treasured antique of mine, indeed. Nesting in the home with antiques might be my greatest passion. Stylizing them for photos and dinner parties, or just to have tea by myself, gives a real sense of accomplishment. I even sold them once upon a time in a small shop in another small town, and have many in storage. I used to worry that I'd never be settled enough to own such a collection, but life is too short and I want to pursue what I love. Although I'm in the middle of pursuing other dreams at the moment, I still enjoy romanticizing having a shop again one day in the future. For now, a resting dream, tucked away in a notebook, perfect to revive some other year, in some other town. It's wonderful to have so many dreams, isn't it? It's my third autumn in Japan, each time having been a very different version of myself. Once in university, again as a working newlywed mid-pandemic, and now again as a moderately settled resident in a peaceful seaside town. A town brimming with many a hidden world. While I don't see us living here long term for various reasons, I am enjoying all that I can while we are here and celebrating life as it is. That's the joy though, isn't it? Seasons pass and we pass through, always able to evolve or simply start over. Did you know you can change whenever you like? And the best part is, you don't even have to wait for autumn. This is my very first read of The October Country by Ray Bradbury, and I am enjoying the eerie stories immensely, but there are way too many bugs for me, so I'm off to buy some snacks that I'll share with you at home. Mr. T and I were very blessed with kind coworkers and friendly neighbors, and I find it gets more difficult to leave the house without returning with armfuls of kindness. A lovely problem to have, no? Brown sugar apples for dessert it is. I'm really excited for today's snack haul because this time of year is especially tasty. For today's haul, we have maple leaf cookies with an oatmeal base, more apple cinnamon and honey caramel drip coffees, sweet potato and pumpkin mochi mix, delicious sounding Darjeeling tea marshmallows, bet that will be really good with some milk tea, some chestnut and caramel marshmallows in cute shapes, chestnut Kit Kats in deliciously crinkly packaging, our favorite cinnamon log candies that are an absolute staple, and this cute duo of apple cinnamon milk tea paired with marshmallow milk tea chocolates. There are so many aesthetics that inspire me during the season, but for today's thrifted outfits, I'm only choosing 3. First, let's go on an adventure through Hobbiton. I can never decide if I relate with elves or hobbits more, but when it comes to food, I will forever romanticize wrapping up a huge chunk of bread as my hearty traveling lunch. I ended up choosing this warm felted coat that's quite an unusual dark chocolate color. It has that perfect homemade look, like you found an old bolt of fabric buried in the hobble, adding large pockets for a good book and a journal and pen. This green embroidered dress is so pretty and almost elven in design, and oh was I elated to find this very Rohan-esque belt. Now for the cutest craft market bread pins one ever did see, paired with the dreamiest of lunches in a charming vintage bag. I'd say I'm quite ready for the next adventure. My next theme is something I call Lady Riverside Elegance, where romance meets field study. Oh, to spend one's October days by the water, with the wind and the reed and the mallard's return. I anxiously await their arrival and small charming squeaks. Now, river days are meant for being a little less delicate, so while I chose some romantic cuts, I made sure they were tougher, more water-resistant materials that could handle a muddier autumn. To complete this look, I added a new silk ribbon to my hat, prepared mushroom soup in a vintage fishing basket, and found the perfect bag to carry a variety of note-taking tools. I suppose, like a lovely lady should, I shall retire to my large and elegant desk to write about all I have seen. For my final outfit, let's head to Green Gables and maybe even the seaside. I would have never thought to enjoy the shore at this time, but the autumn of my region takes much longer to arrive than I'm used to. I think that's nice though, to think of how many kinds of Octobers are happening all at once. Each of us in our own autumn, changing at our own autumnal pace. Much like Anne, we are also surrounded by beautiful nature, from the seaside cliffs to the forests and to the mountains. For this look, I went with a rich mulberry tone dress and white petticoat. Durable, feminine, and most assuredly, Marilla approved. Also, how magical is this vintage doctor bag? Mr. T found it for just 20 USD at our local thrift shop. He's got a real fine eye, doesn't he? A letter from a dear friend in Australia has arrived. I am so touched to receive such pretty things from friends. To think of someone sitting in their room, dwelling on your friendship as they hold you in their thoughts while they create. That's just so endearing. Thank you, dear Sasha. Your eye for detail and the genuine letter full of questions about nature and color and miniatures really made me feel so light and happy. I'll be sure to reply promptly. I really think it's worth investing in a beautiful puzzle or two at the start of every season. I usually opt for nature themes like this one, but I also enjoy ones with cozy bookstores and magic potions, or honestly, just lots of cats. When things feel a bit heavy, I take one out, light some candles, and just practice existing. Hello, sweet friends. Welcome back to my kitchen, the nighttime version. I am so happy that I invested in all these LED candles and fairy lights. They add such a wonderful warmth to the place whenever I'm cooking or baking, and I really recommend warming up your kitchen space. This evening we are going to make my absolute favorite Japanese curry using my favorite stock from Vermont Curry. Now, I don't know what experience you have with Japanese curry, but this kind tends to be a little bit sweeter. While I prefer this, not everyone does, but there are some different spice ranges. I like the medium one, and it's made with Japanese apples and honey. So it's super warm and flavorful, and the curry itself is very hearty. Like, I'm talking very thick. You're going to need a substantial crusty bread, and it's an autumn meal that cannot be beat. So before we do that and then settle down with Anne with an E for the evening, I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for spending the day with me. It really means a lot to me. My friends are always so supportive anytime I do anything relatively creative. So this was very scary for me. I think I mentioned that I cried 2 times, more like one, maybe 1.5, but you know, it's always scary doing something for the first time. And so I'm just grateful that I made it through the day and I was able to do my best with what I had. I think we can always say we'll do things when we get a better camera or better audio, but I think it's important to work with what you have, where you're at, and try your best. So without further ado, let's get to cooking.